What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning back in to another fly tying tutorial. Today we're going to be tying up a dry fly. This right here is just a Mayfly I've kind of been playing around with some new materials I recently got from a website called frostyfly.com. They carry all kinds of realistic fly tying materials. The stuff on this fly right here is by a company called Hemingways, and these are the Mayfly, realistic Mayfly wings, as well as their synthetic tapered Peacock quill. So I'm going to get a fresh hook in the vise and we'll get right into this tutorial. So the hook we have in the vise right now is our Fiend dry fly hook. This right here is a size 12. The thread we're going to be using is just some UTC 70 denier in a brown olive. And I'm just going to start my thread right behind this eye. And I'm going to take my thread down to where the hook barb would be on a barbed hook. I'm just going to cut out my little tag end there. And for our tail, I'm going to be using some Coq Deleon. I really like this stuff for my dry flies because it's really stiff and it just holds up better on the water. So I'm going to grab about four fibers here. Pull them straight down off the stem. And I'm going to tie in a tail that is about a full hook shank. It's like so. I notice with people's dry flies that they tie in a pretty short tail. And if you look at most mayflies, they actually have really long tails. So I'm just going to bring my thread up here, capture the rest of these Coq Deleons fibers. Now for the body material, we're going to be using some synthetic tapered Peacock quill. And this is going to be in an olive color. And you can get these in all kinds of different colors. The thing I like about these is they're really long, so if you're making a longer body, like say like on a bigger mayfly or a stonefly or any sort of a nymph, you're not going to run out of material. I know sometimes with the natural ones, I almost run out sometimes when I'm doing a body. But with this, you got about a good 4 inches, 5 inches. So I'm just going to take this down the body here. And I like to tie it in so this almost comes off as a sticker kinda. And the best way that I found to tie them in is I actually tie it so the sticky part is facing towards me. Then it's easier just to get that first wrap laying over just like so. So the cool thing about these two is they are actually kind of adhesive on the back. So if you don't have UV curing fly finish, you can just leave them just like this or coat them with some head cement. And they're really durable, and the material, it's kind of like a vinyl almost. Like it's kind of stretchy, like it's not like a sticker like you would get kind of like a paperback sticker. Like these are really good quality sticker. It's like a nice vinyl, so it almost kind of stretches a bit. And I find that they're pretty strong too, because I've actually put some pretty good tension on them and they haven't broke. So I'm just going to cut out that little piece right there, kind of just clean this up just a bit. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of this Loon Outdoors UV clear fly finish in thin, and we're just going to coat this body up. And this is just going to add more durability to this body. I'm just trying to get that, just a nice thin little coat over the whole thing. Try not to make it too globby. Now I'm just going to grab my light here. In 15 to 20 seconds, that should be nice and rock hard. Now we're going to tie in our wing section, and for that it's just going to be the Hemingways Mayfly wings. These are in a extra small and in a dark color. So when they come out, you'll have two little points there where you can tie in. And the easiest way that I find to do it is just fold it up like you were going to put it in. So it's just like so. And I'll actually cut this back one a little bit shorter. I think you're recommended to tie this in first before your body. That's why it's a little bit longer, but I actually like to tie it in right now. So same with this front one a bit. I just take a little bit off just so it doesn't come up too far to this hook eye. I'm just going to take a little capture wrap. As you can see, it just grabs that tag no problem. So I'm just trying to get this. I want to get this nice and centered right on top. That I can come underneath this wing here. Just capture this back one. Just like so. Now once you actually have them like in, you can kind of manhandle them a little bit. They're really durable, so I'm not too worried about them breaking or anything like that. You can kind of just maneuver them to where you need them, just like so. Now for the hackle part, we're just going to be using some black dry fly hackle. You can honestly use white grizzly would look really well with this, but I'm just going to use a little black. And I'm not going to put any dubbing or anything down right here. I'm just going to put this right on top of my thread wraps, because you can't even see it anyway once it's tied in. So that's the reasoning for that. If you want, you can add a little bit of dry fly dubbing in right here. So I'm just going to anchor down that stem. I'm going to throw a little whip finish in here, just so my thread doesn't back off and pull that stem out. So I'm just going to grab this stem. I'm just going to start making some turns behind these wings, and you can move them out of the way. They're not going to break out on you or anything like that. So I like to usually put 3 behind, then 2 in front. I'm just going to grab my thread here while keeping tension on this hackle. Just make some nice thread wraps. I can come in and cut this stem out, just like so. Now I can grab my whip finish tool, just throw a nice little 4 or 5 turn whip finish in there without trapping any of those hackle fibers. Make sure it's nice and tight. I can cut that out. Now what I'm going to do is just kind of grab these wings, kind of just make sure that they're sitting back how they should be. Just like that. Kind of take any of those little fibers that are sticking out. Now what I'm going to do is get a little pin here. This is a little sewing pin. And I'm going to get some of this UV clear fly finish. The same Luna Outdoor stuff I used on the body. And I'm just going to get a little bit on this pin. And actually just put it right on those thread wraps. That's just going to add a little glossy head as well as some durability. And you can put a little super glue here or head cement, but I just like to put that. So once that's cured up, you are good to go. One other thing I like to mention is when you're picking out your hackle, you want it to come like just about the hook point, a little bit under or just at it. I see a lot of people having really long hackle, and the hackle is pretty much just the legs on a mayfly. So just look at a mayfly and you'll see their legs. They're not that big, and this is just going to keep this upright in the water level. And if you put it just a little bit below the hook point, it's going to ride really nice. Just make sure that tail is about a hook shank in length as well, and it equals out pretty well. So hope you liked today's tutorial, guys. If you did, take a second and give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions about any of these materials, you can drop it down in the comment section below. I definitely recommend checking out frostyfly.com if you are interested in some of these materials. I really like these Peacock quills. They're definitely top notch. I would definitely recommend them. They have stonefly wings, stonefly bodies, mayfly bodies, all kinds of stuff. So just head over there, give a little browse. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Thanks a lot again for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.